Hello and welcome back to the Ironman challenge. Now when we left off we had a full prisoner band in our army here and I couldn't find a ransom broker to unload them unfortunately. So what we're going to do is we're going to speak to this guy who just so happens to be here. Very nice of him indeed to show up. And okay. Someone actually did mention that a really good way to take advantage of Ramoon. Ramoon is the ransom broker guy that has a fixed price of 50 dinars per one prisoner. Generally, it would be a good idea to take these Swadian recruits over to him and make the most of his 50 price, because as you can see, it's going to give me 18 more dinars per one, which is pretty good actually. It's pretty good, but as it stands right now, I am just going to be selling everyone here. Literally just for no apparent reason, just because I want to get all of those people out of my current prisoner's hold. Because we have 8,000. We have 8,000 in our cash reserve at the moment. And you know what we're going to do? I'm actually going to very quickly act on a suggestion given to... Oh, wow, that's actually not very good. Look at that. Count Vordrat has renounced his allegiance to the Kingdom of the Vagiers and joined the Kingdom of Swadia. That's not good at all. Anyway, going to act on a suggestion from one of you in the comments very quickly here because I felt like it was a really good idea. And what we're going to do is we are... Wow, King Yarriglek only has... Are you serious right now? He only has 47? Anyway, what we're going to do is we are going to go to Ravendin and we're going to construct an ironworks, an enterprise ironworks, and that is hopefully going to result in us being able to transfer huge amounts of iron from Curor into Ravendin's ironworks, and then we're going to make so much money. Thank you to that comment. It really is going to make a big difference. Now, King Harlaus is running around, and he's pretty fat because, let's face it, he just eats butter all day, but otherwise... Just look at him. He's got 303 in his army. What a crazy guy. Isn't he crazy? Now, unfortunately, Count Play is slightly faster than me, which is unfortunate because that means... Well, he's actually not faster, but he is about the same. So I'm not going to be able to catch up to him unless I get rid of a couple of people. So I'm going to lose a couple of units here just literally because... I don't think they're really going to help us too much, and maybe I can gain... Yeah, there we go. We actually did get an additional point of speed. So I now have 4.9 instead of 4.8. So we're going to try and catch up to him, if at all possible. Oh, hello. Yeah. No way, that's not going to work. Count Tilbo is such a beast. He is a real beast. Yeah, he's definitely someone you don't want to mess with. Also, this guy, do we want to mess with him? He has 11 Swadian knights. Probably not a good idea to mess with him either. As you can see, Boyar Volition was actually running away from him as well. Count Montawar, I could probably deal with him. Let's face it, I could probably deal with him, but the problem is we have people... Oh no, this is bad. Okay, yeah, this is really bad. Oh, they're just ignoring him for the most part. This is kind of strange. I'm gonna actually... Oh, okay. I thought to myself, I'm gonna go and help him because... yeah, he's almost certainly dead now. I really wanted to help him out there. Maybe I can actually attack Count Play now that we do have the ability to kind of cut him off. But he's probably going to go into Dirtios Castle's garrison. And this just tells me everything that I need to know about what I actually need going forward. And if you don't know what that is, do you know what it is? It is more pathfinding. More pathfinding is extremely important right here. Anyway, as you can see, we did actually take a farmer quest, but I forgot about it, so I did not do it in time, which is unfortunate because it would have given us +1 to honor, but it is not a big deal. We did lose -3, I think, to the farmer's relation, but I'm not entirely sure what that really does. I've never actually failed a farmer's quest before, so that's kind of interesting. Anyway, we're going to tell our cavalry to follow us, and we're just going to see what happens here, because we are up against a proper Swadian vassal here, and he could surprise us, you know, he could surprise us, but we have a significant amount of archers right here, and we do have an allied vassal helping us out and everything as well. And I'm pretty sure that our Vagia marksmen will be completely fine with everything that they're doing. Now, hopefully we'll be able to get around here, and then we can tell our guys to charge in, which is exactly what we're going to do. And I'm going to try and take out a couple of people here as well. There we go. And we'll tell our infantry to charge in now too, because we have everyone else in already. So far, everything seems to be going actually swimmingly, and my ally is the only one losing units, which is pretty good. And I'm wondering, where is the enemy's cavalry? Because I thought that I would be able to maybe... Ah, there's one. I see one. Maybe I will be able to eliminate him. Or not. Yeah, he's just getting swarmed. Absolutely swarmed. But it's okay. It's okay. We have the... Oh, we have a lance. Oh, yeah. I forget about that all the time. We should probably use that lance sometimes. Anyway, 3 renowned for us right there when we eliminated 52. I might be able to even... Oh, look at this. We actually get a decent amount of relation with this guy. But yes, anyway, we might be able to take this guy prisoner. No, unfortunately, apparently he manages to escape this time as well. But we do get some Swadian footmen and some crossbowmen that we can potentially sell at a nearby ransom broker. Not too bad. And we have a pretty significant amount of vassals in the area, and that makes me kind of maybe believe that we might be able to take on this other vassal that was pursuing us just now. So we might be able to. What do you think? That's, I mean, we are outnumbering them quite heavily, but he does have 16 man-at-arms ready for battle, and he also has 8 Swadian knights, so that's kind of harsh, but we're gonna go in and help nevertheless, just because we are going to hopefully push over the amount of numbers. But as you can see, this guy has so much tactics that he has made the battle advantage 0, which is actually very impressive for him, because that makes everything very much more challenging for us. 63 on the battlefield. And I'm going to tell my cavalry once again to follow me. They're actually just charging straight up because they have so many man-at-arms, which is a big problem. I'm not entirely sure what I can do here, to be honest. Maybe I can eliminate some of their knights. There's a knight. I would like to be able to, if at all possible, because they're going to sell for so much money, and it would be wonderful if we could do it. I'm going to tell my infantry to charge in now, actually. Hopefully my archers will not get picked on too much because, well... It's kind of obvious that they will, but hopefully I'll be able to... Yes, there we go. There's one man-at-arms going to be joining our prisoners' ranks. And seems like my allies are taking a lot of damage here as well. Maybe I can do some more damage this way. Yeah, maybe just do a little bit of damage here and there. I mean, it's kind of difficult. It's kind of difficult. So, yeah, thankfully we are dealing with those guys. My allies are mostly losing the most units here. So that's not a big deal. Let's tell my infantry to come back here. Tell my cavalry... I think my cavalry are still following me, aren't they? A little bit. A little bit. Okay, let's tell them to charge again then. And then we can also start taking out a couple of these units here. Okay, we've got to be careful of these knights as well, so I'm just going to run away from them and just charge through some of the others, try and take out units along the way. And I think my infantry, I think my allies' infantry is actually running after some enemy cavalry in a pretty useless way, which is kind of unfortunate, but we should be pretty good. I feel like we are doing pretty well so far. I haven't taken any damage, which is quite surprising, but you can see here these... Yeah, these sharpshooters and the infantry and everything, they're dying very easily to our hammer right now. One of my Swadian knights was taken out, but that is to be expected, of course. We weren't really taking care of them too well, but it's okay. It's okay, because we really don't have to worry too much about that. If we can get this guy taken prisoner or something, then that would be really nice. And we are going to get a lot of money for this. A lot of money for all of these different people, and especially the Swadian sergeant right there. That's the top tier of infantry that they have, and there's a lot of sharpshooters that we've taken out as well. I'm really surprised I've barely taken any damage, because here are my stats, or my settings, shall we say. So yeah, once again, exactly the same. And I'm very surprised that we ended up losing only 3 units in this battle. So that's pretty good. That is pretty good. I suppose that our allies took the brunt of it, but as I've said multiple times already, they are going to be absolutely fine. Let's face it, they have campaign AI on the highest level. They should be able to recuperate their forces easily enough. But that is actually one of our largest vassal battles so far in the series, and we did okay. You know, we did all right. We were outnumbering the opponent, but the battle advantage was 0 still, so each side had exactly the same amounts of units to fight with, so it was pretty even in actual fact. Otherwise, there we go, we gained some more relation with these vassals. This is really, really good, by the way, because as we go forward, even if you have a decent honor rating, because of course, as I've said, honor and right to rule and all those things, they generally have a good impact on vassals' relations with you. And the higher each of those stats is, the better for your initial or indeed eventual creation of your faction. Anyway, I'm in your debt for freeing me. Okay, apparently there was a prisoner there. Interesting. Okay, and he was actually from the Vaegirs. We gained some honor for that. Very nice. I believe rescuing a lord gives you like +4 or something, or +3 honor. Not entirely sure on the actual value that you get, but you gain a pretty decent amount. So I'm happy with this, and we are able to take a couple of Vaegirs and rescue them. Vaegir marksman, very nice addition, very nice. And let's take some of the other people here as well. So let's have a look. Unfortunately, we did not get a chance to take any of the wonderful Swadian Knights prisoner, but I suppose it's better that they just get killed and eliminated as soon as possible, because they are quite dangerous if you leave them for extended periods of time. But there you go. I have a pretty full prisoner band here, and it's going to really do very well for us. Oh, this is a fantastic sword as well. Look at that sword. That is a really, really good sword. So I think what I might do, I'm actually unsure, to be honest. I'm actually unsure what I should do about that. There are my wages, gained almost 800 from that. So let's gain a couple more extra upgrades. Artimena, Lezelit, and Ferentis have leveled up. So, well, we are going to continue. The problem with this guy is that he's going to take quite a while to get to Tactics 6, which is the main thing that we want him to get, because let's face it, he needs every 2 levels of the Tactics skill is going to give us 1 battle advantage. So if I continue leveling intelligence, the only thing it's really going to do, well, I guess it could do some pretty cool stuff. We could get some additional points in Iron Flesh or Power Strike or something like that, because of course at the moment there's not really any necessity for me to spec into anything else. I could spec into trainer skill to enable us to get back on our feet much quicker, because recruits are generally going to be either level 1 or level 5, as far as I'm aware. So if you are above that level, and trainer skill will activate. But as it stands, I'm kind of thinking that what we want to do instead, considering Intelligence 15 is going to get us Engineer 5 and Tactics 5, we should probably spec these skill points in something that's going to help him to level up just that much quicker. So I'm thinking we'll probably get him another point in Iron Flesh and Power Strike. I guess that's the only thing that we should really do there. And we'll also start leveling his crossbows, because what I would like to get him, apart from an upgrade to this short sword, I'm actually going to give him the Masterwork sword, because he is not the greatest in terms of his fighting prowess, so he kind of needs a little bit of a better sword than most people. And hopefully he'll get a couple of kills that way, a little bit better than he was beforehand. Otherwise, I'm gonna be getting all of our quote unquote supporting companions, whichever ones are not going to be vassals in the end. So, Lezelit and Deshavi and so on and so forth. We're probably gonna get them a crossbow each. And I don't know which crossbow to really get them, because I think a siege crossbow requires a certain amount of strength. But the siege crossbow is going to be the best one in terms of damage per shot, that is. So that could potentially get them some more kills. But we'll see how it goes, because at the moment we kind of just want to get them into their their molds, you know, into their character build molds, and then we'll see what happens with that. Otherwise, I'm just going to continue leveling up surgery here. I am sorely missing wound treatment. Personally, I feel like wound treatment is really fantastic, and I'd love to get more points in that, but at the moment, it's just not, you know, it's just not viable for me at the moment. Oh, and look at this. We've got some better boots. Very nice indeed. I like that. Okay, so is there anything else here? Doesn't seem like it. I want him to continue using a blunt weapon. I am going to see what I can do about getting every single one of our companions that is already using a blunt weapon an upgraded blunt weapon, because at the moment they're using 25 blunt damage, which is not really that good in comparison to the heavy military hammer which I'm using, which is pretty cheap in all aspects. You can buy one for about 1,000 dinars, which is not really even that bad. So we'll do something about that too. Anyway, I'm going to level up Ferentis's charisma here, get him another point in leadership, because as I say, if we do want to make him into something, then maybe that would be an idea. And we'll just leave him at 9 charisma for the moment, and then we will start leveling up his strength once again and get him to about 15 strength, I think. Anyway, let's see what Ironman Beartilt is going to spec into. Well, we already kind of know. If you've seen the previous episode, you will have seen my plan for the upcoming levels. So I'm going to go for agility, and we are also going to go for prisoner management, because no doubt, as you've just seen, it probably would have been a good idea for me to have some additional space, because I would have been able to capture 20 prisoners instead of 15. So that's definitely something to think about. Otherwise, there's King Harlaus. He's very, very slow. Is he? Is he actually really slow? He seems to be really fast for a second there, but it was because I was moving through the trees. And trees and forests and things like that generally tend to slow you down. So thankfully, he wasn't going to catch up so quickly. Ah, there we go. And it seems like, oh. Yes. The Kingdom of Swadia and the Vaegirs have now made peace, which is hilariously good timing for the Swadians, because I was just about to sell all of the prisoners that I took from that battle, but now because we've made peace, all of the prisoners are returned to their respective places. Ah, yes, how wonderful. Ah, okay, well, can't really do much about that. That's just how it goes. I'm pretty happy with the right to rule increase anyway, so it's not really a big deal. Otherwise, let's just sell all this, get some dried meat, get some of this, and make sure to, you know, get a decent amount of variety in terms of food. It's very important as you go forward and increase your army capacity that you have a wide variety of food for morale purposes. Otherwise, I did want to see someone else. Yeah, she's going to be getting this as a bit of an upgrade for her armor. I need to get her a much better bow. But we're going to just, you know, buy her a war bow or something like that when she actually gets to the required amount of strength and indeed power draw. Otherwise, let's go and speak to the guild master in Ravidin, because as I said at the beginning of the episode, I would like to be able to build an ironworks here and then supply the ironworks with iron from Curor, which, as I said, is a suggestion from someone in the comments, and I gotta say that that is a really, really good suggestion, because there seems to be an almost constant flow of iron from Curor, and this is going to be super good. So we're going to do the ironworks, and it is only 3,500. The profit is only 16 at the moment, but I think with the amount of iron that we are going to be able to procure from Curor, it's going to be really, really profitable for us. And we have only had to outlay 3,500 dinars as a result, so we still have 5,000 left. So now that every single faction has made peace with us where they were previously at war, we currently have no enemies, so the only thing I can do is pretty much just this. Kill bandits, kill sea raiders, and maybe try to do a couple of tasks for the various vassals of the Vaegirs. That will indeed make things a little bit easier for us when we create our own faction, because if we take a look at them, if we, speak to them and things like that, we can kind of make a note as to who has a good personality and so on and so forth. And I should probably be trying to take some of these guys prisoner, which would probably make sense. So let's just tell our cavalry to charge in here and see if I can maybe get a couple of them to be taken prisoner. But for the most part, I basically just wanted to win the fight because I don't think that there is a ransom broker very, very close by. I do believe there was one in Kudan, which I'm very close by to at the moment, but I would assume by this point they've probably moved on. Let's face it, they probably have. Otherwise, this Slave Crusher is absolutely fantastic. Usually they come with a lot of blunt weapons, the Manhunter, Slave Hunter sort of unit. So they're really good to get if you want to take a lot of people prisoner. And I have, as you can see, already in preparation of my ironworks, bought some iron. So that's also going to be pretty cool. Otherwise, we don't really have anything to worry about right now. We really don't have to worry about anything, really. We don't have to worry about any enemies attacking us. We can basically run around however we like. So that gives me free reign, basically, to do whatever we want to. And I think what I'm going to do, actually, is that I need to send off someone, don't I? I think I probably need to send off Lezelit, but I suppose this is the best time to do it because we are no longer at war, and because he is our main surgeon at the moment, it would probably be a good idea to kind of get him going off as soon as possible so that he can return a little bit quicker. Otherwise, let's level up some of these people too. Do I have any Sword Sisters with me right now? It doesn't seem like it. As you can see, I only have 5 Swadian Knights too. Oh yeah, that gives me the opportunity. Okay, yeah. So what we're going to do is, now that we're no longer at war against the Swadians, this gives me the opportunity to go and, well, actually re-recruit some of the Swadian recruits and, you know, try to get my man-at-arms Swadian Knight population to a good level. Because, of course, running into those Swadians beforehand, that was really a bad idea. I mean, it's not really something that I could really help at the time. But otherwise, we've got some Rodok Sergeants here. Vagia Veteran, gonna disband these. And Nord Veterans are good, that's fine. Camp Defender, Slave Crusher, all that stuff, that's absolutely fine as well. Guess I'm gonna lose the Trained Footman as well. And then we have a couple of spaces to level up some additional Swadians. There we go, we've got 6 Swadians, there we go. That's apparently it. That's all I can do. So just out of curiosity, I would like to actually take a look and see how... Yeah, these guys are level 4. So if you are level 5 and you have a decent trainer skill, you're going to be able to level these guys up pretty quickly. So that's quite nice. Otherwise, Mattchu can level up too. Let's just give her another point in this. Give her another point in Power Strike. Because if I do make my own faction, she's definitely going to become a vassal at some point. But I would like to make Forentis the first one, and then Mattchu can be the second, or whatever the case may be. But he's a little bit more ready for it than she is at the moment. There is a Forest Bandit camp here. Don't really want to do anything with that. Maybe I'll just head back to Curor and see if I can pick up some more iron, because I'd like to try and get as much iron as possible. And then once my ironworks is up and running, I can just dump a whole bunch into their inventory and have a fun time seeing the profits. Because it's been a long time since I have actually done something like this, where I have provided the goods myself to an enterprise. So that's going to be a pretty fun exercise. As you can see, look at this. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to buy a little bit of fish as well. So there's another 500. We are spending quite a lot of cash here, so I probably will need to go and see what I can do about fighting. Ooh, hello there. This is actually kind of interesting. That's a lot of Tundra Bandits, and Boyar Thaisa might actually even lose. Do you think? Do you think he's going to lose? Probably not, but I'm going to go in and help him anyway, because you never know. And we really only have 8 cavalry, so I'm going to just do the standard sort of layout where we have the infantry in front of everyone else and just put the archers there, and we'll just tell my cavalry to follow me once again. That is generally, in my opinion, probably the best way that you can preserve your cavalry as much as possible, as long as they don't get stuck on things. But, you know, that's just how it is sometimes. You know, the Warband AI is not exactly the smartest, but hopefully we'll be able to take a couple of these guys prisoner in the process too, because then we will be able to make a little bit of cash. Unfortunately, Boyar Thaisa is not as smart with his units, so he's going to have some weird difficulties, but it's alright, it's alright. So once his infantry engage, I'm going to tell then my cavalry to do so as well. There we go. Don't really want to send my infantry in at the moment because it's just not worth it. It really isn't, you know, to put them into harm's way. Basically, I shouldn't even be sending in my cavalry right now against these kinds of bandits. My archers can very, very thoroughly take care of these, no problem at all, because it seems like most of them don't even have shields equipped. So they would be torn apart by the insane abilities of the Vajir marksmen. And you've seen, look at them, they're actually pretty far away, and they were able to do a lot of damage from such a far distance. But there you go, 2 renowned for us right there. And yeah, this is the main reason why I actually wanted to help him, because we're getting a massive amount of relation with him, because I thought if I engage when the enemy is outnumbering him, I might have the opportunity to maximize relation gain, and that's exactly what happened. So that's really nice. Otherwise, we got, yeah, look at that. That's actually a huge amount of Taiga bandits right there. Unfortunately, I won't be able to take any manhunters. I personally really like the manhunters, so I might decide to swap some people out. I'm not a big fan of the Rodok veteran spearmen, to be honest, because they don't seem to have shields, as you can see. They seem to generally just have pole arms, whereas the Rodok sergeant is a much bigger favorite of mine. So I'm actually going to swap out 2 veteran spearmen. This may look like an absolutely ludicrous swap, but don't worry. It's just personal preference. If you prefer to have Rodok veteran spearmen over manhunters, then by all means do that. I'm not recommending it by any means. It's literally just a personal preference thing for me. So, you know, because manhunters, they generally come with blunt weapons, then they level up into slave drivers, which also come with blunt weapons, and so on and so forth. And I get a little bit more cavalry in the process too. So it is literally just personal preference. Otherwise, let's just move on. And there you go. Okay, so I'm actually thinking, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to accompany this guy and see where he goes, because maybe he'll encounter a couple of other bandits in the area, and we might want to just stick with him and farm some relation with him a little bit. Because, oh, look at that. He's actually doing a lot of battles with Tundra bandits. I'm kind of surprised that he's taking so long to get into a battle with these guys, to be honest. Let's see if we can catch up to him. Is he winning? Oh, okay. This is actually a really, really good thing for us. Okay, so I am going to head in here. Am I? Do you think he can handle this? You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to do auto-resolve and see whether... Yeah, it gives me a little bit of extra relation with him because he wasn't outnumbered this time, but we do get another 3 prisoners to take without actually even having to enter the battle, which is pretty cool too. Now, he is at 13. He is in enemy territory, so let's see whether he actually attacks someone else. He might, but yeah, we are actually at war against the Khergit Khanate now. And this is probably going to be the best opportunity I will have to potentially snatch up an enemy castle of some kind. So if there is an enemy castle or even a town that is attacked by the Vajirs and they weaken the garrison significantly and then get pushed back by the enemy, then I might have a really good opportunity to become a vassal almost immediately and then take the castle and have it be awarded to me. That would probably be a good idea and probably be the safest plan to become an owner of some fiefs. So yeah, actually someone has been asking me why I'm not buying gauntlets as well. So I'm going to tell you right now. Basically, gauntlets are really not that much in the way of benefiting you. I mean, just look, they give you 6 body armor. So, for example, I have 46 body armor right now, so 6 is going to give me, 52, and it is 1,700 dinars. Now, I would not recommend buying any gauntlets unless you have basically every single other thing, or unless you get a really good price, or you find some. Like, for example, I could buy these, and they would give me 3 body armor, which is half the male ones, as you can see right there. But they're only 283. So technically, I could buy these right now, and boom, there you go. 283, and we got a little bit of extra body armor. So it's generally not a good idea to buy gauntlets immediately because they are just so overpriced, unless you can find something like I did just there where it's pretty cheap and it will give you a small boost. But it's not the same as buying a helm or buying body armor or buying boots, because each one gives a massive increase, if you know what I mean. So hopefully that has cleared things up a little. But otherwise, let's go to Ravadin, and I'm hopeful that my thing... Oh, Nizar, have I... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did I actually take Nizar and tell him to go and get me some right to rule? Because I don't think I did. If I didn't, then that's really bad. Huh. I think I didn't. No, I didn't. I am terrible. Okay, wow. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. I should have definitely told him to do this way ages ago. But oh well, never mind. We're doing it now, so that's okay. Otherwise, there are no ransom brokers there, so I will go to... yeah, I can't go to Kudan anymore because the Khergits are now at war against us. That is indeed a bit of an issue, but it's okay. Hopefully Curor will have something there. Is the ironworks up and running yet? No, it is not up and running yet, so we'll have to wait a couple more days for anything to happen there. But otherwise, let's go into the tavern. There's a ransom broker. Fantastic. This is fantastic. Fantastic. Yes, let me just say fantastic another 10,000 times. Sounds like a good idea. Anyway, this is going to give me so much cash. Boom, 1,900 right there. Wow. Just wow, you know? This just shows how incredibly powerful prisoner management is. And I only have, what is it, 4 points in it? Yeah, I only have 4 points in it. So if you can imagine, I mean, I think I probably don't even need any additional points in prisoner management any further, but if you can imagine taking some more and then just, I don't know, just having a full army of like manhunters and companions outfitted with blunt weapons, you're going to have the best time against anything, basically. So against Sea Raiders, Tundra Bandits, anything like that, you're going to be able to take most of them, probably like 80% of them prisoner. And if you have, I don't know, what do you think? 7 prisoner management or something like that, then you're going to be able to take an absolute bundle of cash home every single time you venture out to fight bandits. Pretty cool. Otherwise, we do have a decent amount of units at the moment, but some of my Swadians are, of course, not ready for battle just yet, which is a bit problematic. But I'm actually going to just see exactly what's happening here with the Vajir vassals and maybe try to be a little bit sneaky here too. And you can see, look at this. Now, here's the thing. This castle, it is easily doable in terms of being able to be taken. The main problem with it, however, is the fact that they have very high tier units. And that is, of course, thanks to campaign AI. Look at this. Lancer, 57. Veteran Horse Archer, 68. That's pretty crazy. Now, thankfully, the Khergits are among the worst when it comes to siege defense and siege offense. Siege defense, they're a little bit better than offense, but these horse archers, they're not going to be as effective at defending as the Vajir marksman would, but they are still going to be pretty deadly from long range. And speaking of that, I might actually try to fight this guy. He's actually traveling to Ikema. Yeah. He's actually traveling to Ikema. Okay, well, never mind then. I was actually hoping that I might be able to demonstrate the Khergits and how they actually act in a battle, because it's been a long time since I've actually fought the Khergits in native, because usually when I'm playing a mod, the Horse Archer fix, which is that sub-mod that basically makes it so that Horse Archers are not completely useless, that is usually installed and working. So, yeah, usually they're really difficult to deal with, but as it stands, the Khergits are really not going to be that difficult for us, although they might actually just prove me wrong completely and absolutely murder everything in my army, which is possible. It's always possible with me, that's for sure. Anyway, it seems like we are not going to be able to demonstrate that, which is kind of sad. Maybe we will be able to. Maybe we can just wait outside Ikemur. Oh, there he is. He actually... Oh. Well, that's kind of unfortunate. He actually gained more units as he was standing in there. That's great. Oh well, never mind. My target has now been lost as well. Maybe I'll be... Oh, I was going to say, maybe I'll be lucky and I'll come across some vassals that, you know, there's a lot of them. And, yeah, there's actually a lot of them here. All right, yeah. I'm going to have to make way out of here very, very quickly indeed. I can no longer buy spices either at their towns, which is unfortunate. But, yeah, at least we've seen exactly what's happening with the Khergits. They are running around here. They might be deciding to attack Nelag Castle. I would assume they'll probably try and take Nelag Castle because it is on their border. It makes sense for them to do that, considering the last time the Khergits actually did take Kudan, which is a really surprising thing for them to do, because as I say, they're not that good when it comes to siege offense, but they were able to prove me wrong very quickly there. Otherwise, let's just go to Ravidin. I think my ironworks is probably ready by now. Isn't it? Let me actually just go inside here and see. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's have a look. Keep all goods in the warehouse until I arrive. Let's check the inventories. Okay, so we're going to put all this iron in here. And they're producing tools which are worth 666. So if I buy iron from Curor for between 120 and 200, then that's about a 400 profit every time. Right. Okay, so that, I think that actually seems pretty good. So I think we're gonna continue with this. I think that sounds like a good idea. So I'm actually gonna go to Curor again because I'm pretty sure they have more iron there right now. Hopefully they have 4 pieces. 2. Okay, well 2. But as you can see, I bought one for 118 and another one for 132, which is just insane value. And I need some more food. So let's buy some more food. And we'll go back to Ravidin and place that in there. And there's Lezelit. Fantastic. Okay, so he has returned. Oh, that's perfect timing, isn't it? Absolutely perfect timing, because now we have our surgeon back. I am going to very much now be able to enter into battles with the Khergits if I see an opportunity to do so. And as you could see right there in my party right now, I'm going to be keeping all of the footmen upgrades just ready to upgrade until the rest have leveled up, and then I'll do the rest into the next level. Because as I've said beforehand, trainer skill and how leveling up increases the amount of experience that they gain. I explained this way before. So if I were to upgrade these now, it would take the rest of the militia a little bit longer to level up and so on and so forth. So, you know, it's just a whole complex thing that I explained earlier in the series. Otherwise, I think that's actually going to be it for this episode, and I will be showing you how much money I make from the ironworks in the next one, and we're also going to be attempting to do some battles against the Khergits. I think that could be pretty profitable for us. It really just depends on how effective we are at dealing with horse archers. We'll see. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.